Okay, so let's talk about the salivary glands. So that is also the part of the buccal cavity. Okay, so salivary glands is basically, what is salivary glands? Salivary glands is the glands, and these are the exocrine glands. What is exocrine means? Exocrine means that the glands, the secretion of the glands will be occur through the cavity or to the duct, and they are the two type of glands, that is exocrine and endocrine. This is exocrine. And what is endocrine? Endocrine means that the secretion through the blood, not through any cavity, but this is a type, this is the example of the exocrine. So exocrine means that they are having the secretion through the cavity or through the duct. Okay, so the salivary glands is basically controlled by autonomic nervous system. What is autonomic nervous system? Autonomic nervous system means that is not controlled by our wills, that is involuntary in nature. So we cannot control that by our wills. So there are three pair of glands that make the salivary glands. There are three type of glands that makes salivary glands. Okay, salivary glands. What are those? First one is the parotid gland. These all will be in paired form. Second is the submaxillary, or you can say that submandibular gland. And third one is the sublingual gland. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the parotid gland. Okay, first of all, let's talk about the parotid gland, that what is parotid gland and these all. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the parotid gland. Okay, so parotid gland is basically the largest gland as compared to these three salivary glands. So this is the largest gland according to the salivary gland, as compared to the three salivary glands. So this is the largest gland in all our three. So this is the largest gland as compared to the salivary glands. Okay, the location of the parotid gland is the, you can say that this is the below the earlobe. Okay, so this is our ear. Okay, this is our ear, and this is present at the downward of the ear. Okay, so at the left ear this is also present, in the right ear it's also present. So this is paired in form, left and right. This is in pair, and this is first one is when parotid gland is located in the left ear, and second one is located in the at the, you can say that second ear but below the ear. Okay, below the earlobe. Okay, so this is present their paired form, and they are having a duct. The duct of the parotid gland, which is parotid gland is secreted through a duct. So that duct, the name of the duct is Stenson duct, and this is around 5 centimeter. This is the Stenson duct through which this parotid gland secrets, and this is moving through the duct. So this is moving through the Stenson duct, that is the duct of the parotid gland. Remind that. And this is 5 centimeter. Okay, so if you say that the parotid gland got damaged because of the mumps is basically a disease through which the swallowing occur, and we are having the temperature. Okay, so you can say that this is a disease through which the parotid gland got damaged. This is the disease which is mumps, through which the parotid gland got damaged. Okay, so So means that there is a how we can like you can say that how mumps can be recovered. So mumps can be recovered by a cell that is the serous cell. There is a cell, serous cell, that recovered the mumps, that recovers the mum and to make the parotid gland. Okay, so the serous cell is, their work is to secrete the enzyme and water. Okay, the enzyme that is secreted by the parotid gland, that will be talking about. But there is a serous cell that are going to cover or make the parotid gland. Okay, parotid gland are made up of the serous cell. Serous cell, so the serous cell, the parotid gland are made up of. And what's the work of the serous cell? Serous cell, the work of the serous cell is to secrete the enzyme and the water. Okay, so if you're talking about the parotid gland, that which type of enzyme the parotid gland secretes, so that is salivary amylase. Okay, and the other name of the amylase enzyme is the petalin. Okay, this is a name of the petalin, which is a salivary gland. So that is, this is secreted by the parotid gland. This is the enzyme. Okay, this is the enzyme through which the food is going to break down. Okay, so this is the, you can say that this is the enzyme that is salivary amylase. Okay, so the Stinson duct, that was the parotid, that was the duct of the parotid gland. So that is basically open into the upper second teeth of the molar. This is the duct is open into the molar teeth, that is the in the upper jaw, and the second last teeth, this is open. So that was all about the parotid gland. Now let's move towards second gland, that is submaxillary or submandibular glands, second one. So this is basically present at the, you can say that at lower jaw. Okay, at the lower jaw, this is present in the lower jaw. Okay, so the duct of the submaxillary or submandibular is the Watson. Wharton's is the duct of the maxillary and submandibular, and the duct of the parotid was the Stinson. Okay, must learn the ducts. So they are having a cells. The you can say parotid was having the cell that was, you can say that was the serous cell, and they are having the cell that is the mucus cell. They are made up of the mucus cells. Okay, that secretes the serous cell secrete the salivary amylase, and they secrete the enzyme that is the mucin. And this is basically this is help for the lubrication, or lubrication means that slippery type, or you can say that they are helpful for the lubrication. Okay, and the composition of the mucin, if you're talking about, so that is the 80% carbohydrates and 20% protein and 95% salts and water. Okay, or you can say that there is a glycoprotein in the secretion of the mucin, because there is a high amount of carbohydrate and the protein. Okay, so this Watson duct, that you can say that duct was opening into the second teeth of the molar, and this duct is basically opens into the lower incisor. This is also a teeth, that is incisor. So that is, this Watson duct is basically open into the lower incisor. Okay, now if you're talking about the second, you can say the second third one gland, that is sublingual, so that is the smallest gland among these three glands. This is the smallest gland, and that is present beneath the tongue. Beneath the tongue means at the lower of the tongue. Okay, so the duct, that is the duct of the sublingual, is the ravenous duct through which the sublingual secretes into the duct, so that is the ravenous duct, and this is also called the Bartholin's duct. Okay, we can call this as a Bartholin's duct as well. And you can say that this is also composed of mucin that secretes water and mucus. Okay, so Wharton's duct have 20 ducts. This Wharton ducts is having the 20 ducts. That was the Wharton ducts in the lower jaw, and the second, you can say that gland, that was maxillary, or you can say that submandibular. Okay, so there are the 20 ducts into the Wharton duct. So there is one of the duct in those, that is ravenous duct, that secretes the enzyme, that is lysosome. Okay, so this parotid gland was secreting the amylase enzyme, and the you can say that submaxillary was secreting the enzyme, that is mucin, and this is secreting the enzyme, that is lysosome. What's the work of lysosome? Lysosome is basically having the work, that is a germicidal, that is worked as antibacterial as well. Okay, so this is basically lysosome is the enzyme that is worked for the protein secretion, and this duct is open at the tip of the tongue, that was open into the incisor, that was open into the second teeth of molar, and this is open into the tip of the molar, tip of the tongue. Okay, so you can say that there is a part in the tongue, that is frenum. We are done with this lecture as well, that in the structure of the tongue, so there is a part, that is the frenulum. So that duct is basically open into the frenulum. Okay, lingual frenulum, and that is the frenulum was what was the work of the frenulum? That was the speaking, swallowing, and many other factors. So this you can say that this ravenous duct is open into the frenulum. Okay, that is frenulum, that is also the part of the tongue, so that is at the you can say the lower of the tongue. Okay, there is a, you can say that there is a, you can say that there is a nerves that is present, so that is called the frenulum, and this duct is open into the ranulum. Okay, so if you're talking about that, in one day how many saliva is secretes in mammals, so in our body, so that is in a day, that is 1 to 1.5 liter per day, and the saliva secretes. Okay, and if you're talking about the pH of the saliva, so that is 6.8, and that is, you can say it's slightly acidic. Okay, because this is lower the 7, so that is acidic. Okay, and if you're talking about the you can say that composition of the, you can say composition of the saliva, so that is the water, in there is enzyme like lipase, amylase, lysosome. We are done with the salts like NaCl, potassium. There are many others. So you can say that okay, so that was the composition of the saliva. And there is another gland, that is like, you can say that in domestic animals they don't have amylase, and you can say that in carnivores they don't have any amylase, but in animals pig is having the amylase. Pig is having the amylase. Amylase, that is the enzyme. Okay, so domestic animals like cow, they don't have any like amylase, they don't have any production of the amylase, so they are having the Wendner gland. Okay, so carnivore is also don't having the amylase. Okay, but uh, in animals, that just pig is having the amylase and our human body is having the amylase. Okay, so today we are done with the salivary glands.